too. There's a great story in the paper today. It's gone national. It's on Drudge right now. We've alerted the Bill O'Reilly show, the O'Reilly Factor on Fox News Channel, and this is about a baker in East Walpole named Andrea Taber. And she has a pie company, a really great pie company called I'm a Customer, Ever So Humble Pies, and they have a picture of her with some whoopie pies today on the front page of the Herald. But I prefer. I'm not a whoopie pie guy. I prefer the regular pies. I just bought a summer medley. That's what I'm going to have for dessert tonight. I had a raspberry blueberry pie this weekend when my sister-in-law was in town. And anyway, Andrea Taber though is getting a lot of heat now because she says that she goes to the Braintree Farmers Market, and a lot of these farmers markets now have started taking EBT cards. And Andrea thinks that it's one thing. She's not against food stamps or EBT cards, but she is. I'll let you explain it, Andrea. What's your problem with people buying your products with EBT cards?
Hi, Howie.
Hi.
I guess basically the issue for me it's pretty simple. I've been doing farmers markets for a good many years, and products like this were always specifically excluded. And then they went to the EBT program, and basically I don't believe that it's right for people to be purchasing pie with the American taxpayers' money. These programs were initially designed to help people who needed to put nutritious food on their tables because they didn't have the funds, and it was supposed to help them, give them a leg up, be a transitional type program. Mm-hmm. But now people are using them to buy just about everything, and at the farmers market, if I was selling fruits and vegetables and eggs and cheese, sure, I'd participate. But, ours is a gourmet pie. It's a dessert. It's not essential for good nutrition, and right. I think it's a misuse of taxpayers' money.
Yeah, I wrote in my call, the little pie I bought today, it's like about a third bigger than the traditional table talk pie. And it's worth it to me because it's a really, really high quality, like you say, gourmet product, but it's $6.99. I mean, that's the size of the $6.99 is the price you could get if you went to Market Basket. You could get a full-sized pie for that. I'm with you 100% on this, Andrea. I mean, if people want to use their own money to buy the pie like I do, that's one thing. But I mean,
sure.
You have people who can't afford your pies are buying pies for people who don't work. There's something wrong with that.
Yes, and we're already being squeezed enough. We're paying taxes. We're being told by this administration we have to pay more. They say they support small businesses, but their policies clearly do not. I already work 70 hours a week. I can't possibly work anymore. And a lot of people are in the same boat I am. And there's a lot of things that we just simply go without because we don't have the money for it. So if anybody can come to my store or come to my farmer's market table and purchase a pie, all I ask is that you use cash or a check. Now, granted, people could get cash off their EBT card and come buy a pie, and I wouldn't know that cash was generated from the EBT card. But at the market, the Braintree market, they're allowing them to scan their EBT card. They then give them tokens, and they take these $1 tokens around and use them like cash at the booths. Well, I said I won't accept the tokens because if I do, then I'm granting my approval to this misuse of taxpayer funds, and I won't do that. And that's when the trouble started.
Well, Michelle McPhee told me, too, that in some of not at the Braintree Farmers Market, but in some of the other farmers markets around the area, the EBT recipients are getting two for one.
Yes, they are. In the Boston markets, they call it Boston bonus bucks. And if you want to take $10 off your EBT card, they'll give you $20. They match it. Now, I don't know where the other 10 comes from.
So they don't want to. So these legislators don't want to have happy hour come back and give taxpayers 2-for-1 drinks, but they do want to give welfare recipients 2-for-1 at the farmers markets.
Well, I don't know. If they're buying cookies and cupcakes and pie and things like that with it, I mean, Michelle Obama chided an Olympian for eating an Egg McMuffin.
Right.
Yet they're saying it's okay for them to buy pie and whoopie pies with taxpayer-funded EBT cards.
Your pies are really good, by the way, Andrea. I wouldn't be spending that much money to buy a pie if they weren't really good. I think the secret is butter. I think there's a lot.
Actually, they're vegan.
They're vegan? There's no butter in those pies? There's no butter in there?
There's no butter. That summer medley pie you bought has no butter. It has no trans fats.
I did notice that it said vegan on it today when I bought it, but I thought that I didn't know vegan meant no butter.
Yeah, it means no animal products. So our double crust fruit pies have no animal products in them, and people are shocked that you can actually get something that tastes that good and call it vegan.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We make everything from scratch by hand. We use locally grown produce as much as possible. We do it the old-fashioned way. And if you come to my store, you can't get a fresh-baked pie. You get a frozen pie. You take it home and throw it in your own oven. So you get that great smell in your house. You have a fresh-baked pie when you're ready for it. And it's the way to go. It's like bringing fresh-baked pies back to people's kitchens. So, if people want to go out and buy all the fresh ingredients with their EBT cards and make their own pie, more power to them. But to, spend the long dollar to buy one that we made, that's not the intended use of that program.
I buy mine at Valenti Farms in Needham, so they're already baked. So they're already
We bake them and bring them to them, so they can sell them baked there.
Well, you know what I said in my column for tomorrow is, that you all these moon bats. I'm sure some of the ones who've been sending you a few of these nasty emails you've been getting today. They ride around in Priuses. They have these bumper stickers that say "No farm." No farms, no food. They have another bumper sticker that says think globally, act locally. And, you actually behave according to those bumper stickers. You get all as much as you can get your products locally. I mean, I didn't even know they had a farm in Brookline.
Yeah.
But you buy the squash and the pumpkins from a farm in Brookline.
Allendale Farm. Yep.
Yeah. And you buy and you get the cranberries from the Cape, directly from the Cape.
Indeed.
You get all this stuff is as much as you can is made local, is produced locally.
No, produced locally, right. That's right.
And yet they're still angry at you. What are they? I know most people that have, since the story came out in the Herald today, they're reacting positively to your stand. But what are the nasty people saying? What are the nasty remarks?
95% of it has been positive. Now, I don't know if I told you earlier that I'm on the Cape right now. This is my first vacation in 10 years because you start your own business, you have no money and you have no time. And 3 months ago, we rented this house. Well, yesterday, when the Herald called and said they wanted to take, photographs for the story, I said, I'm sitting on Craigville Beach right now, and I got a little too much sun. Well, if you look at that picture on the front page, my face is a little red. One guy
it is a little red. Yeah.
He accused me of having gin blossoms.
Oh, my God, like you're Ted Kennedy or Tip O'Neill.
Exactly. He's like, she's been hitting the bottle a little too much. And I'm saying, you got to be kidding me. This is totally out of control. A lot of people are saying, they're accusing me of not wanting to bring happiness to children's lives by denying them a whoopie pie. I'm not denying anybody anything. You want to buy it, buy it. Just use your money, not the taxpayers' money. That's all. It could not be more simple than that. And I resented the fact that the Braintree Farmers Market was instituting a program. I've been in that market for 4 years. They've done a great job cultivating that market, and we've got over 20 vendors. The management of the market is top shelf. And then they brought this program in, and they said it was voluntary, and I went to exercise my option to opt out. And
so are you going to be back there next year, or you think you're out of the Braintree Farmers Market?
Wow, I'm wondering if I'm even going to be there Saturday. I mean, wow. I said to them, I'd like to continue and finish out the year, but they were saying to me, well, we're going to have to work something out. You're the only one who's making such a fuss about this. And I said, well, I'd like to finish out the year. I have wonderful customers here, and I've been cultivating this relationship for 4 years. If they make it mandatory next year, I'll take my leave because I'm not going to compromise my principles for the sake of a few more sales. And if they're going to force me to take EBT cards, and that's against my principles, then my philosophy is in conflict with theirs, and I'll not be there.
We're speaking to Andrea Taber. She's the owner of Ever So Humble Pies of Walpole, and she's taking a stand. Now, have you actually turned people down who come to you with the tokens?
A couple of times people had come over, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm not in the program with the tokens. And 3 out of 4 of them reached into their own pocket and paid cash.
And again, Andrea, I'm not putting you down, but those are not cheap pies, So they had enough money, they had enough cash to come up with to buy one of your top-notch gourmet pies.
Well, and I will say this too, Howie, I don't think it's completely the fault of the people who are on the EBT. The government is telling them, we're going to take care of you from cradle to grave, and your life should be no different than everybody else's life. Why should you feel the stigma of not having money? You should be able to do everything that everybody else is doing. Well, I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
I think, where is the impetus then for people to get off this program? They're keeping people on this government entitlement program, so they're never reaching their full potential. They're living on whatever crumbs the government is throwing them, and that's what their life becomes. How sad is that?
Well, what's
it
the
isn't
stigma?
a temporary program.
The stigma. When I was a kid, I lived on table talk pies. I mean, those are cheap. Those were cheap pies. They're not as good as your pies, but we just didn't have.
I grew up in Worcester. That's where they made. My brother used to work there.
We didn't, we didn't have money to buy. I mean, it was, I never thought to myself, someday I'm going to be able to buy a really good pie. I mean, to me, they were okay. But I mean, it's not a stigma. If you don't have the money, then it gives you something to work for that you can, someday you'll be able to buy better stuff. Right?
Exactly. And, Obama goes around saying, like the big goal everybody has is to get into the middle class. Well, we grew up thinking the big goal was to get out of the middle class. We're not looking to just get to a low ceiling threshold and get stuck there. This is America. People have been flooding our shores for over 200 years because it's the land of opportunity. You can be anything you want to be. You can do anything you want to do. But the government is going to tell you how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, what to eat, what to drive, what to think, which radio stations to listen to. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is not the country I grew up in. I'm 57 years old, and I grew up right after I'm one of the baby boomers, and I grew up with in a neighborhood where everybody worked, everybody pitched in. We never any of us felt we were entitled to anything we didn't work for. Yeah. And somewhere along the line, that got twisted into what we have now, and it's not the vision that our founding fathers had for this country.
So how long, Andrea? Let's just get a little background on Ever So
Sure.
Humble Pies. I mean, how did it start? How did the company start?
Okay, I was a registered nurse for 25 years, and then I got burnt out doing that. And thank God I had these skills because I was blessed with a stay-at-home mom. Ward's Berry Farm is down the street from me, and I just walked in there one day, and I knew I couldn't do the nursing anymore. They hired me for $8 an hour to work in their kitchen, and I would have done it for nothing. I was so happy. And I developed a line of pies for them, and I was, there every weekend for a couple of years, and then I decided I wanted to do more with this. So I rented the space I have now in the Hoagie Bear building in East Walpole. Just 10 years ago in July was our 10-year anniversary.
Again, you're recycling. You're recycling a downtown building. Again, something the Moonbat should be very happy about. You're living the dream.
Yes,
the Moonbat dream.
This is an old factory building that the Hogan family has transformed into an incubator for entrepreneurs. It's a beautiful thing. and I've been doing it there for 10 years, but I got to tell you, Howie, this last year has been the hardest one yet.
Why?
Not the first year, not the fifth year, all these small businesses that bite the dust. Well, because, we took a chance. We expanded a little bit. I had to take some loans. I got my first small business loan 2 years ago, and now I'm saddled with debt that I didn't have before because it was the right thing to do. I knew that the business had a sound footing and it was time to launch it. And I said, if I wait for the economy to turn around, that space down on the first floor will be gone. I've got to take the plunge now. So we did it. But we never do anything we can't really afford. But I forego my own salary to put that, what should be coming to me, goes into debt reduction.
So you're not even getting paid. We're talking.
Well, no, because I'm the only one who will keep showing up if there's not a paycheck at the end of the week. I mean, let's be honest.
We're talking to Andrea Taber, the owner of Ever So Humble Pies, which I can't recommend highly enough, and I'm going to have some tonight. And I had some over the weekend, and I sure didn't need it, Andrea, but I was happy to. I had to actually I was sent out this weekend. My sister-in-law arrived, and they sent me to Valenti, and they said, "You get the pie this week. You make the decision." And I had a choice between berry pie and raspberry blueberry pie.
Raspberry?
Yeah, blue raspberry, and I went with the blue raspberry because I like those are two. I looked at the ingredients and I said strawberry and rhubarb. I said that's okay, but I think I prefer raspberry and blueberry, so that's what I went with. But
well, God bless you.
What's your best seller though? Is it the whoopie pies or is it the regular pies that I
No,
like?
we're basically a frozen fruit pie company. The whoopie pies are something else we make, and we also make a chicken pot pie. But those are more sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think the Herald thought that it represented the problem a little bit better.
Yeah.
So they wanted to feature.
Well, there's been a lot of talk about the whoopie pies. You know, they had the debate in the Maine legislature about what was gonna be the pie of Maine and all that. It's got the whoopie pie. It's a big year for whoopie pies. Let's put it that way.
It is a big year. Well, you'll have to try them too, Howie. They're actually pretty good.
Yeah. Well, listen, I just really I appreciate this, and I hope people are going to support you. You know, I mean, like I feel like now when I go by a Mary Lou's, I have to stop there, and get a donut and an iced coffee, and then I haven't been to the Burlington Mall lately, but when I go there, I'm going to get a Chick-fil-A, and now I'm always going to have to every time I go into Valenti. Sometimes I want they got the new system with the Crescent Ridge dairy ice cream, which by the way, you buy your milk from Crescent Ridge.
I do. No hormones, no artificial antibiotics, nothing. Yep.
Right. So these are healthy. These are healthy pies. Moonbats. Don't stop sending her these nasty emails telling her that she has a face that looks like a road map. She got a sunburn. So I hope they don't give you trouble with the so what about at the store in Walpole? Do you take the EBT card there?
No, I don't even know what one looks like. And my staff there today has said that everybody that has come in there has been nothing but kind and supportive and saying things like, "Thank God somebody's saying out loud what we're all thinking." Oh,
I'm glad. So has it been a good day in Walpole?
It has been a good day in Walpole. I'm going to be leaving the Cape tonight to go back there. I've got to get back there and help them.
Great. We've sent your cell phone number to Bill O'Reilly because we're going to try to get you some more business. Nationally. I hope they pick it up. And now it's on Drudge. It's on Drudge, right?
I heard that. Yes. Yes, I know. My God. Well, Fox and Friends wants to interview me in the morning.
Oh, great. Okay, that's good.
All of this because I said no to the market manager at the Braintree Farmers Market, and I called the day after that happened. I had the sort of a confrontation with Donna, the market manager, because she's on the opposite side, and she keeps saying we have to work something out. That next Sunday morning, I saw Rep. Shauna O'Connell from Taunton on Fox News, and she was talking about this very issue. So on Monday, I sent her an email telling her that I was 100% supporting her position on this, that we need to refine this program and make sure that it goes to help the people that need the help, and there isn't a lot of abuse and fraud with it. And I said, I'm seeing it in my own business, and she called me. She said, "What's going on?" And I told her, and that's how we got from me saying no to Donna to where we are right now.
Well, this is great. Can you take a couple of calls? We got full lines here. People want to talk to you, and
sure.
And I'm looking forward to getting home tonight and having my summer medley. Bill, you're next with Howie Carr and Andrea Taber, the owner of Ever So Humble Pie Company. Go ahead, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Hey, stand your ground, Andrea, for no other reason that you don't want your system frozen like what happened to me 3 or 4 Fridays ago.
What happened?
I'm up in Bangor, 10:30 at night, on my way home, the last chance for me to get the Herald, and this lady who looks like she could have used a walk was trying to get $15 in gasoline on the EBT card, and it froze the system in the whole stinking store. The cashier couldn't get out of the purchase, and the line was right up around the room and out the door.
And we missed a sale of the Herald because of this, Bill?
No, Howie, I stayed there the whole stinking time.
God bless you, Bill. God bless you. I'm so happy you did. We've all got to support one another, Bill. Thanks for the call. Hey, Liz, you're next with Howie Carr and Andrea Taber from Ever So Humble Pies. Go ahead, Liz.
Hey, Howie. Andrea, you go, girl. Stand your ground. I've just sent out emails to friends all over the country. I put something on Facebook just to support your business. We're behind you.
Thank you, Liz.
Thanks, Andrea. Do you send stuff out in the mail? Frozen pies, or
because our pies are frozen, it becomes rather difficult. We've tried it, but we have to pack them with dry ice, and the cost of the container it ends up costing people an awful lot of money. Yeah. So we've pulled back on that because we also don't have the storage space for all the dry ice and the styrofoam containers, and it just became too much. We had tried it once, but. We decided we had enough geography locally that we could conquer.
Right, but if you're local in Eastern Massachusetts, you got on your website, you've got the places that you can buy the pies. And,
right.
And then of course you can go down to the store in East Walpole.
Yep.
You want to hang? Can you hang on for a while, Andrea?
Sure.
Can you hang on? Hold on. We'll take some more calls. People want to talk to Andrea. Have we got a link to her to Andrea's website? We do. So you can just go to howiecard.com, and then you can get a link, and you can find out where to buy them. And like I said, I buy them at Valenti Farm, but that's closest to me. So they're all over Eastern Mass or southeast of the city. This on the line is Andrea Taber. She's the owner of Ever So Humble Pies. In East Walpole, they sell all around Eastern Mass, and they sell all kinds of berry pies and whoopie pies, and they sell chicken pot pies, and they sell really good products. And again, I'm shocked. I'm gonna have to call. I said I think the secret of I said in my column for tomorrow. I said I think the secret of the pie the crust, which is fantastic, is butter. But I'm gonna have to change that because now I found out there's no butter in the pies.
That's right.
It said I did see it today when I was getting the pie. It said vegan, but I didn't assume that meant no butter. I should have known that. Anyway,
well, that started by mistake because we couldn't afford the butter, so I took
Really?
it out. And special blended shortening we were using was non-hydrogenated, and I said, gosh, we don't even miss that. And it opened up a whole customer base, people who either can't tolerate dairy products or don't want to eat animal products. It just opened up a whole new customer. So it sort of happened by accident, but it turned out to be a good thing.
So, Andrea, this is a great irony here. You're running a company that could be described as Moonbat from top to bottom. Urban renewal. You've got it's vegan. You're using local products.
Vegan, for God's sake.
Vegan, and yet here you are. Here you've taken a stand against the machine.
I know. I'm raging against the machine.
You're raging against the machine.
I am. And, you come into my retail store, and we've got flags from every branch of the military hanging there. I have a picture of myself with Mitt Romney. I've got Sean Belat stickers. Dale Huff was there last week. People come in, and people that agree with us, they know they're in friendly territory, and they open up like a clam in a steam bath, and people want to talk about this.
Yeah.
They're tired of being told that because they're in Massachusetts, we all feel the same way, and we're in lockstep with the liberal socialist conglomerate. We're not. There's a lot more of us than they even realize because they've been ignoring us for so long. They don't know how many of us there are.
Yeah, let's see here. I hate whoopie pies, but I think I will swing by Braintree or Walpole to pick some up, as I'm sure the kids will eat them. Tell Andrea I live in Foxborough, and I'm glad that she is standing up for her belief. I will be stopping into the Walpole store to buy a couple of pies. Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you.
Andrea coming, this is 339. Andrea coming next Wednesday with Mom. Coming up from Halifax to back you up and thank you for all that you're doing. Good for you. Stand your ground. We'll be going. Will she be going to the Eastern States Expo? Okay, that's from Western Mass. Are you going to the Eastern States Expo?
Me, no.
No. Okay.
No.
Do you think, Howie? Do you think an Ever So Humble Pie is going to get a Joe the Plumber type audit or a Mary Lou's EEOC investigation?
Oh, more than likely. I'm probably rapidly burning bridges here, and I'm sure they're combing through my records, whatever records on me they can find right now to try and find something to discredit me, because that's what they do. They don't want to talk about the issue. They want to make me out to be the villain and be out, to be the bad guy. But, Thomas Jefferson said, when standing on principle, stand like a rock.
Oh, that's great. 617 says, I'm a Braintree resident, and I will be crushed if she's not there at the farmer's market. My wife buys a lot from there. I buy the pie.
Yeah, my Braintree customers are wonderful. And the market management is wonderful, too. I don't think they ever intended to do anything that was going to be insulting or controversial or anything like that, and I didn't take it that way. I just said, okay, you do that, but I'm going to opt out. And I just thought it was as simple as that. But then it became, no, we were going to make it mandatory very soon. And I thought, I've been cultivating this customer base for 4 years, and now I have to either cave and go against my principles or say goodbye to my customers. And I'll say goodbye to my customers, and hopefully they'll follow me to my East Walpole store, but I won't go back to the market if it becomes that much of an issue.
781, did you put this pie maker up to this EBT stuff, Howie? Sounds like a ringer to me, and I smell a rat, and its name is Howie Carr. I had nothing to do. I bought your pies. I didn't know who you were until I picked up the Herald this morning.
I know it. I didn't even know you were a customer.
Yeah, but I am a customer, and I didn't put you up to this.
Nope.
We'll take some more calls here, but we're getting so many emails, so many texts here. All the lefty turds that want higher taxes never elect to pay the higher rate. Are you referring to Elizabeth Warren, 617? Here's someone acts on principle, and they're utterly dumbfounded. That's Rhubarb says that.
Yep.
Let's see here. John, you're next with Howie Carr and Andrea Taber.
Hi. Hey, guys. Howie, thanks for having Andrea on. First of all, I want to personally invite Andrea to our Scott Brown fundraiser here in Hanover on September 15th. We'll be in to patronize your store. That goes without saying. Andrea, I could listen to you for Howie's entire show. You're articulate. You are a bright gal. And if your state rep is a Democrat in your district, you should run for state rep as a Republican. You'd win. Secondly, you are saying everything that we're thinking. And we're sick and tired of the Obamas and the Deval Patricks and the Granny Warrens telling us, everything that isn't is. So good for you. I'm very, very proud of you, and I can't wait to come from Hanover, all the way from Hanover, and come buy a bunch of pies. So keep up the good work, and Howie, thank you for having her on.
Thank you.
God
Thanks,
bless you.
John.
Thank you, John.
Who is your state rep, Andrea? Where do you live?
Luke Kafka in Sharon.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, he's one of the worst of the moonbats.
Yes, indeedy.
His prior, well, as you I'm sure you know, his prior job was he was the aide to the former rep. That's what they call a profession on Beacon Hill. Yeah. He was an aide, and now he's the rep.
And not only that, but my other rep was Bonnie Frank.
Yeah,
so I had nowhere to go.
Yeah, tell me about that one. I was in that district as well.
Yeah.
413 says, Andrea, market a moon pie for moonbats.
I don't want to be that kind of an agitator. We're just trying to do the right thing here.
Just partner with one of the Braintree retailers who can resell her pies. That's what they said. That's what someone else is suggesting. Will Ever So Humble Pie get a Profile and Courage Award next May? I don't think. I think you know the answer to that one, 617.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's Mike, you're next with Howie Carr and Andrea Taber. Go ahead, Mike.
Good afternoon, Howie.
Hi.
Good afternoon, Andrea.
Hello.
Andrea, I want to give you a praise. I get up this morning to go to work at 6 o'clock this morning. I probably won't be home from work until about 6 o'clock this evening. I have a part-time job on the weekend where I have a separate job, and I can't afford to buy a pre-made pie.
That's
okay?
right.
So why should we be allowing somebody that's getting free money to get a pre-made pie? 2 weeks ago on August 6th, it was my birthday. Okay? I had to go to the store and buy a Duncan Hines box of cake mix, eggs, and oil, and frosting mix, and make my own cake.
Yep.
So why should we be giving them to somebody with free money?
That's right. And, there's a link on the USDA site that talks about why they don't restrict the usage of these cards. And it's 10 pages of government gobbledygook. They go through talking about how there's 40,000 items on the grocery shelves or some such thing, and how if we say they can have this cereal but not that cereal, and it would put a burden on the cashiers, and it would cost more money because they'd have to set up a bureaucracy to tag which I said, what a load of crap that is. If they want to buy cereal, they buy rolled oats, period. If they want fruit, they buy fruit. They don't buy fruit roll-ups or gummy bears. It's whole unadulterated food. That's what they're supposed to be getting. There's no question about its nutritional content. It's easily identified. It's not going to cause any confusion at the checkout. And these folks will be getting good food. And it could be, all this could be solved so simply.
Mike, Mike, you're complaining. The next thing you know, you're going to want a voter registration form sent to you in the mail and a prepaid envelope to send it back.
Oh, yeah, I got to go down to the town hall and get mine. I mean, come on.
That's what I mean. You're not on welfare. So you're a sucker, Mike. Get with the program. Get on welfare. You can be eating these delicious pies. You won't have to go down to town hall and wait in the line. They'll hand deliver the voter registration forms to you. Everything can be swell in Obama land if you get with the program. Thanks
if I didn't have principles, I would.
Thanks for the call, Mike. Steve, you're next with Howie Carr and Andrea Taber from Ever So Humble Pies. Go ahead, Steve.
Hi, Howie. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Andrea, I just want to say a couple of things. First of all, what started out to be a very difficult day for me has been salvaged by your story.
Oh.
And I have to tell you that your common sense, your integrity, and your honesty has clearly created the allergic reaction among your detractors that I would expect to have heard.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like how you put that.
And right now I'm driving. I'm in Hummerock, and I just got through the split, so I feel like I've been born again. And I would just like to know how and where down here that I can get your product, or if you will be in Braintree this Saturday, where I can find that farmer's market.
Yeah, unless I'm disinvited between here and there. I plan to be there on Saturday.
Where is that?
Braintree. It's in right at the right next to Thayer Academy at the Town Hall Square there.
Sure,
from 9
sure.
to 1. From 9 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay, and where's the nearest retail outlet where you have your products in
That
Braintree?
would be it. That would be it to his area.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, great. But Steve, when you get home tonight, you can go to howiecard.com, and there's a link to Andrea's website, and it has all the listing of all the places where she is, and they're not it's not that many places, but there's a few places. And Andrea, let us know what's happening. And I heard about this story over the weekend, and I just thought to myself, wow, this is a great story for the Herald and Fox News and talk radio. And you're even better than I thought you were. You're a very you could fill in on WRKO. I'll tell you that.
Oh my God, Howie! I don't think I can elevate myself to those heights. But I do have to tell you, what is funny? This phone's been just exploding all day long, the emails, everything, but I haven't heard anything from CNN or MSNBC or.
Well,
they're not calling me.
No, but Fox is. I'm sure Fox is. Fox is, and that's why Fox is number one, Andrea. Just
Absolutely,
like Ever So
Howie.
Humble Pie is number one. Thanks, Andrea. We'll be in touch.
God bless you, Howie.
Thank you. I'm Howie Carr.